3, 2, 1, action.
Hello folks, David Halpern of Mastery Consulting. I want to talk about thinking bigger. You know, I just returned from a vacation in Europe with my family, and it was interesting because I didn't think that, I needed the vacation that badly. I love my business and life here and all that, but amazing how when we get away, we really do gain perspective and rest. So I want to talk about thinking bigger because entrepreneurs understand that business is an intellectual sport that requires thinking time. And the problem I have at home, I don't know about you, is even if right now I went home to my office and said, I'm going to do an hour of thinking time on my business, there's so much noise in my head. What I'm trying to get at is we need to have a real getaway in order to think more boldly, because it's thinking time that creates massive revenue change in our business. Please listen to me carefully. If you want to improve your business from this point to 10% higher, you can do it just by sweat equity, by working harder. This concept of 10x, it'll work, but it'll only work to get you from point A to a little higher point B. But if you want massive breakthrough, you need thinking time, the power of thinking to create the ideas that create breakthrough. Let's begin, shall we? So, I went on the trip itchy because our revenue in my own coaching business had plateaued for the last couple of months. We hit an all-time record high, and it's been pretty consistent since then. It's been good, but I can't stand a few months of plateau, okay? And when you get plateau, you know something's wrong in your thinking, not in your sweat equity. So when we went away, I did this exercise that I recommend for all of you. Here's the exercise. Get a quiet spot. For me, it was easy. I got a balcony on a cruise ship staring out into the ocean, right? Grab your journal and start jotting down ideas for how to break through. Now, for me, I picked a number, and I won't mention my number, it's my business, but I picked a number and said, my monthly revenue has to increase by this much money. I picked a number that was pretty aggressive, and it has to increase now. How do we get there? That is brilliant thinking time. That's a question that you need to deliberate on in writing. Now, the key to thinking time is in writing, because if you don't write it down, you don't capture the idea. Yesterday I was driving in the car while I was talking to a client while I'm driving, and in the meantime I got an idea, a really good one for my business. And I look over to the passenger seat, and where's my pen? Where's my pad? And I'm like, oh no, where is it? And I'm looking for it, and a few seconds later, the next thought in my mind is, oh no, I don't remember the idea. This ever happened to you? We must have something to write on handy nearby. I know I've shared this in other videos. My 16-year-old daughter went up to Seattle to visit some cousins last year, and she took a kind of a cruise around the pretty islands near Seattle, and there's Bill Gates' mansion, 20-room mansion, where he has yellow pads and pens placed strategically in every room of the mansion in order that he never miss capturing a good idea. Look, during the trip I did several thinking time sessions, came up with a dozen or so ideas, and by the way, those ideas were, this idea has to get me to this great monthly income number right freaking now. That's the thinking time. When I came back, I shared those ideas with a couple of confidants. Rosalind, my right hand in my business, but also a couple of people who I greatly respect, not for the purpose of hearing their criticism or critical feedback, for the purpose of hearing me pitch the ideas to see which ones are gelling in me, okay? Give you some crazy ideas in our own business. We came up with a few, and some of you have probably already heard of it by the time of this video. One was, why don't we offer a significant discount for prepay, because if we do a prepay, you can save money but it also drives cash flow for us. That was one idea. Another idea is, why don't we do social media for people? We've talked about it before. We've had people ask us about it. A third one, why don't we do the bookkeeping for people? For Pete's sakes, people that we want always request it, but they never seem to do it for themselves. Another one, why don't we hire someone to call our database, 7,000 strong, and say, hey, look, we now offer ABCDE. Any interest in getting info? And then hot swapping those calls to Rosalind. I could go on and on with the list of good ideas. Are you ready? As of the time of this video, we're only back 1 week from the vacation, and the number that I set for myself, in 7 days, we've collected half of that number. It's been stunning. The breakthrough in the 1 week since I've been back on vacation has been stunning. This is not about me, folks. I'm not here to boast or brag. That's not the purpose. Those of you that know me know this is all out of humility. The only reason I'm sharing this is to get you reflecting on your business, and I don't care if your business is starting from scratch or already advanced. The exercise is how do we break through now with urgency to the next level of production. And it's not going to happen unless you've had ideas. One last story for you on this one. I'm sharing this conversation I'm having with you right now with one of my clients who says, oh, I know what you should do. Heck, get on an airplane, fly out and visit us once a quarter, and we pay you handsomely to do a full day reviewing our business and P&Ls. And guess what happened yesterday? They signed up to do it with us. We got a client for a product that didn't exist based on a conversation about how to build business. If you think you will grow rich, please apply this principle. My question for you today is, what can you do to create the thinking time to cultivate ideas in writing? Don't have any bias or prejudice, jot them all down. Share them with confidants just to hear yourself sharing them, and then start taking action to apply them one after another. I hope this video got a little bit under your skin. There'll be more to this video series.